Hi guys, this is Paige. I want to make this video about God's ranking system. Now, you know how I said that there's levels to this? There's also different ranks, okay? Now, if you think about it in the military, they have different ranks. There's soldiers, there's lieutenants, there's admirals, there's sergeants, there's colonels. There's all different types of ranks, right? If you're God's child, you're in a certain rank and at a certain level. Okay? Now, if you do a good job in your rank and your level, God will promote you. Now, the way God promotes people is not the way humans promote people. Okay? Now, if God's going to promote you in a strong way, what he'll do is he'll bring you through a strong tribulation, okay, and train you through it and suffering, pretty much, okay? He'll train you through it, and then he'll promote you. When I was going through my tribulation, I was like, God, what's going on? Because I didn't even do a sin unto death that could have caused this. What could have happened? And I was thinking about it, and God had shown me before it happened, he was happy with me. And I was like, what's going on? And what actually happened is he was well pleased with me in my position, and he wanted to promote me. If God's well pleased with you in your position, he will promote you to the next position. When Joseph was betrayed by his brethren, and he was sold as a slave and brought into Egypt, and he was put in prison in Egypt. He was in that prison for years. What happened after he got out of prison? God promoted him. He became like a governor in Egypt. Now, within that prison, what was God doing? He was training him. He was preparing him to get to the next position. This is something God does. Now, when I was talking about how people have tried to destroy me, and how God showed me he would glorify me in front of them and honor me in front of them. When God showed me this, I was like, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. And he made me talk about it. He wanted me to talk about it in front of them. If you're God's child, when people bring you pain and suffering, he's angry about it. He's not cool with that. He gets righteously angry about it. The Bible says anyone who touches you touches the apple of his eye. And it would be better that you would have a millstone hung around your neck and dragged in the depths of the sea than to mess with one of my children. It's serious with him, serious. Now, there are people who years ago hurt me a lot, okay, and God honored me in front of them. But before this tribulation, there were some people, and the things they said to me and about me, I'm telling you, it was straight from the devil's mouth. I couldn't believe it. And I was so good to these people, I couldn't believe it. I felt so betrayed by them. I remember I was at work after it happened, and I was like, God, I wish I was dead. God knows when people do this stuff to you, he's not okay with it. And what he wanted to do with me is he wanted to promote me and honor me in front of them and put them to shame and embarrass them. If you're one of God's children even, and you hurt one of God's children, he will let you be put to shame to teach you that you don't hurt his children. When Joseph was betrayed by his brethren, right? And he was in that prison, can you imagine how he must have felt? How betrayed he must have felt? I mean, the betrayal was obviously worse than what I went through. Can you imagine? And then he's in prison. It said God was with him, but he was probably like, what's going on here, God? I was so betrayed by these people. And now I'm in prison suffering. Yet what did God do? He promoted him. And you know what happened? He helped the people of Egypt. He interpreted a dream about the famine to prepare people for the famine. And when the famine reached the land where his family lived, his brethren lived, they had to go to Egypt to get food and stuff from him. And eventually they found out it was Joseph, and they were so embarrassed and ashamed and sorry about what they had done. So ashamed of themselves. What did God do? He honored Joseph in front of them. God wasn't pleased with what they did to him. He was angry about it. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to honor you in front of these people. And then Joseph was like, you thought evil unto me, but God meant it unto good. Because look, he put me in this higher position. I'm helping people. I helped people. But God put these people to shame. It pleases him to do this stuff. It pleases him to honor you in front of people who have tried to hurt you and destroy you. He will honor you. The higher the positions and levels, the more honor you receive, and the more you glorify God, and the more rewarded you are. Think about in the military, they receive medals, they're more honored, they become a greater soldier. So do a good job in your position, and God will promote you to higher levels. Now, within the promotions and stuff, the discipline will get greater, okay? It'll get greater. The discipline God has on me now is stronger than before. When I was young in God, I went through strong discipline to begin with and tribulation. And after that, after the conversion, I wasn't as disciplined by him. I mean, the discipline was still on me because he wants us to fear him. There's a discipline there. But it wasn't as great. And then through certain times and tribulations, he'll put more discipline on you and more. And as you rise higher in position, he will put more discipline on you. But there are times where his discipline won't be as strong, and there'll be times where it is stronger. So do a good job in your position. It's like, and you have more responsibility too in the position. Now, God, in the position God has me in now, he has me training other soldiers. It's a higher position. It's more honorable. And there's more responsibility because he was pleased, and he kind of like trusted me with a higher position. God will bring you through the levels and promote you and honor you in front of people who have tried to destroy you. This brings him glory. All right, I love you guys. Bye.